Alright, Funny Force. So this is a weird ish video. This is gonna be one of my last story times for a little while. So I'm gonna try some new things on this channel. Right? So let's just get into the story. Now, I wouldn't say that I'm the safest person. I would most definitely say that I'm somewhat accident prone, but this takes that to a new level. I'm gonna start 2 days before the incident happened. Right? 2 days before, I'm sitting there chilling. You know what I'm saying? It's the end of the day, I go to sleep. I'm tired. You know what I'm saying? School's tiring, especially with me, people like me. You know what I'm saying? So I go to sleep and I had this dream. And I remember this dream so perfectly. I basically, inside the dream, saw like a lightning bolt. It was weird. I swear to God, on my life, I see like a lightning bolt and it hits me inside the dream that I wake up. And then I realized that we have a French test the next day. So I go and study. I'm copying a lot of people's notes. I'm asking people for help. I'm trying to get them to help me. Because I was not going to go out sad this time. You know what I'm saying? I was not going to go out sad when I had this test in the third quarter near end of the year. And it's kind of towards high school. Yeah, no. So basically, I'm sitting there getting all these notes, doing all this, and then that's basically my entire day. Now I get home, and then after I get home, I go right onto the computer. I start studying a little bit more. And I do my chores. I go to sleep. It was a boring day. But here's the day of. Right? Go to school. I'm sitting there, and it's a normal day. We do a lot of normal stuff. Except, I realized somewhere in between breakfast, in between like the time in which you get in, like breakfast, the time you get in class, that this test is happening. And that my studying was trash and I studied the wrong subject. So I'm sitting here rushing the first half of my day, trying to get people notes and stuff, because I'm not trying to go out sad. This is French 1, it counts in high school. So I'm actually stressing it for once. And I get my notes. We do our little it's not even like a real test when we finally get into the class. It's like a quiz, and then we finish the quiz. After we finish the quiz, this kid Eli, the teacher asked us some questions, and then this kid Eli, I guess he made a joke, an offensive joke, right? He gets kicked out of class. Now Eli gets kicked out of the class fairly often. It's not a new occurrence. Eli got kicked out of class. The teacher was fed up because his jokes were not hidden. His jokes almost never hit. Every once in a while he'd tell a funny joke. Secondly, he'd always do this, bro, and it was really irritating because no one cared about his jokes. They were all trash. It was like band kid memes. Like it wasn't good. So Eli gets kicked out, and after Eli gets kicked out, I'm sitting there and I'm like, I'm gonna be a good person for once, which almost never occurs in that time of my life. So now I'm trying to be a good person, and I see his charger box inside the wall. So I come over to the charger box, and I'm like, yo, how did you break the outside of the charger box? Sitting there, like, firstly, why is the cord gone and the charger box there? And secondly, how did you break the outside of the charger box? I don't think much of it. This happens in my, looking back on it, it happens in slow-mo in my head. I sit here, I go to grab the box, you know what I'm saying? I'm actually trying to be a good person that day. I go to grab the box. I pull the box out of the wall. Now, a split second after I start pulling, all I see is a big explosion of like blue sparks that goes all the way up to my nose while I'm trying to pull it out. Now, I see that, and that happens inside of a split second. Except it's like a flash. The entire room's looking over at me, and I can feel the electricity in the air where I'm standing. And I'm pretty sure I may have gotten a little bit of electricity in my being. So you would think I could, like, yeah, it felt like I was about to pass out. But you would think that because someone, like, we finished the quiz, and then after we finished the quiz, you know what I'm saying, I'm eating my snacks, and then I got the homie over here. Shout out to the homie. I don't know, I'll put it like right here. Shout out to the homie. You know what I'm saying? She gives me the pretzels. And I was like, yo, I'm a middle school. All I really do is eat. So I go and get the pretzels. And after I get the pretzels, right, I'm eating the pretzels. And then Eli gets kicked out of class for making some joke or something, right? Eating the pretzels, I'm laughing because that happened to him and not me. So I'm like, got him. And then Eli gets kicked out, right? Now I'm thinking, I'm gonna be a good person today. And you're probably like, Malachi, you never do that. Now you know why. I go and I see the charger box. There's no charger, it's just a charger box. And I'm like, I'm gonna be a good person. So I go to grab the charger box. And something in my chest was like, this does not feel right. And I was like, it's because I'm never helping people. It's because I don't really help people. So then I gotta pull it out. All I see is a gigantic flash of blue sparks in my face that almost hits me in the face. It's like right in front of my nose. It may have touched me. It's a big flash. Now, after I feel a straight electricity in the air, and like my heart's beating really weird, so I feel like I'm about to pass out. And so I'm just standing there, like I look like before someone hits a fatality on you in Mortal Kombat. I wouldn't be surprised if someone came over, flicked me, and all you heard inside the background was fatality. Like that's how I was feeling. But then I realized everybody's looking at me. Teacher's looking at me too. So then I sit down. I can't stop moving because electricity and body does not work well together. I think this is common sense. Now, you would think that after seeing something like that, you wouldn't try to like recreate it or like tell your friends to recreate it. And I honestly, you can't make this up. Someone comes, so I'm not even gonna say names because if I say names, something might go wrong. But anyway, there's two kids. There's a little outlet. There's a little piece of the outlet box left, like the little prongs, right? Except there's not like any of the stuff that exploded when I pulled it out, obviously. Except there's two wires, one going to each prong. Now in science class, we know about closed circuits. We know about closed circuits, right? And we know that if we put two wires together, and then we give it electricity, and it doesn't have anywhere to go or anything using the electricity, it will create a closed circuit. And one of the effects of a closed circuit may be it explodes if enough energy is given. So we go and we mess around. No, not me. I saw them doing it, but I wasn't gonna snitch because I'm not. Hey, if they turn into real live terrorists, they're gonna get me first if I snitch. So they pay this. They say to this kid, "I'll pay you $5 if you plug it into the wall." Dude goes, he's so dumb for that. I don't understand. Like, it wasn't a dumb kid. It was one of the smart kids. Smart kids, a lot of them have, all this stuff that you didn't think. Maybe this is a setup. It's like you just forgot basic. It's like you just don't have any common sense at all. He goes and plugs it in the wall, and it explodes. Except for him, it doesn't explode nearly as big as it exploded for mine. Honestly, he didn't even look nearly as phased when it happened to him. Immediately after, not even 2 seconds after, we have a fire drill. Now we're all out there. I'm standing there. I'm standing there feeling like I'm about to pass out. So I'm like, dang, all these. I'm in middle school, so in my mind, I'm thinking, dang, all these. I'm like, shoot, all these shorties are here, right? So if I can't pass out right now, then they're all gonna feel bad for me, and then I'm not gonna be able to pull any of them at any given point in time. So I'm sitting there. They're like, "Are you okay?" In my mind, I'm like, "No, I feel like I'm about to die." But out loud, I'm sitting there. I'm like, "Yeah, I'm fine." I threw on the deep voice too. I was like, "Yeah, I'm fine. It wasn't that bad." Meanwhile, I feel I feel straight electricity flowing through my veins. Stop playing. And then I go home and I had one of the best naps I've ever had in my entire life. I didn't even know if I was gonna wake up when I went to sleep. I was like, dang, I might just die. I had one of the that nap was heavenly. I don't even remember what I dreamed about. I just remember waking up. I had those marks on my arm. I was like, oh. I woke up. I felt so energized. Then again, I may as well have been the Energizer Bunny because I had straight electricity flowing through me. Anyway, the moral of the story is don't play with outlets, kid. Don't play with outlets, kids. Don't do that. It's not a good idea. It's not fun. You're gonna regret it. And if any of you guys were inside of the story, especially the one that plugged it in after me, I just want to say you're stupid. I don't care what you got on the SOL. I don't care what you got on a pre SAT. You're dumb. Anyway, cue my outro.